The letter to Diognetus was written around AD 125 or earlier. The author is unknown to us. He said about himself, "I do not speak things strange to me, nor do I aim at anything inconsistent with right reason. But having been a disciple of the apostles, I have become a teacher of the Gentiles." Because of the author's extremely close connection with the apostles themselves, the value of this letter cannot be overstated. Many scholars give the author the name Mathetes, which is a transliteration of the Greek word for disciple. As for the recipient, Diognetus, he is also unknown to us. The spirit and message of the letter is similar to that of Paul's letters. It is very possible that the author was a student of the Apostle Paul. The letter's wording and tone suggest that it may have been written during the time of the apostles, so it is possible that the letter was written much earlier than AD 125. The letter to Diognetus is a fantastic read. In it, the author addresses many things, including the folly of pagan idols and Jewish observances, the characteristics of a Christian, and the role of Jesus Christ in his relation to the Father and forgiving our sins. Here are some powerful passages taken from the letter about the characteristics of a Christian. They dwell in their own countries, but simply as sojourners. As citizens, they share in all things with others, and yet endure all things as if foreigners. Every foreign land is to them as their native country, and every land of their birth as a land of strangers. They marry, as do all others. They beget children, but they do not destroy their offspring. They have a common table, but not a common bed. They are in the flesh, but they do not live after the flesh. They pass their days on earth, but they are citizens of heaven. They obey the prescribed laws, and at the same time surpass the laws by their lives. They love all men, and are persecuted by all. They are unknown and condemned. They are put to death and restored to life. They are poor, yet make many rich. They are in lack of all things, and yet abound in all. They are dishonored, and yet in their very dishonor are glorified. They are spoken of as evil, and yet are justified. They are reviled, and they bless. They are insulted, and they repay the insult with honor. They do good, yet are punished as evildoers. When punished, they rejoice as if quickened into life. They are assailed by the Jews as foreigners, and are persecuted by the Greeks. Yet those who hate them are unable to assign any reason for their hatred. And do not wonder that a man may become an imitator of God. He can, if he is willing. For it is not by ruling over his neighbors, or by seeking to hold supremacy over those that are weaker, or by being rich, and showing violence towards those that are inferior. Nor can anyone by these things become an imitator of God. These things do not at all constitute his majesty. On the contrary, he who takes upon himself the burden of his neighbor, he who in whatsoever respect he may be superior, is ready to benefit another who is deficient. He who, whatsoever things he has received from God, by distributing these to the needy, he is an imitator of God.